One and all, welcome back to Illustrated by DeForrest, where this episode is about the middle ground steps that will take your art from rough sketch to refined. My name is DeForrest and I will be your host. This episode's time-lapse features my original work Lenee and LaLina, characters I created back in 1999. And that song is so good past its sell-by date. I've been at this art thing longer than I should admit, so consider my show cheat codes to help you get to all levels. You can find this and my other original works at lifeever3.com. If you're brand new to art, I'm going to tell you to chill out and avoid overthinking at this stage, since I assume you're imagining all the super cool samurai gear, steampunk style weapons, moe magical girl outfits, and rage-filled transformations you've been dying to put to paper. But if you're itching to make your mark today, you'll need your foundations and references first. We're used to seeing all that stuff on TV, but beginners fail by trying to act like inkers when they should be sketch artists first and foremost. Once again, the pros don't sit down with a blank sheet of paper and draw details perfectly with a steady hand completely from memory. Well, some do, but they're weird. Last episode, I told you to use stick figures. This episode, I'm going to tell you to use stick figures. As you start, you want to use basic poses as you get more and more familiar with the human form over time. As you use references, yes, actually use references because professionals use references, you'll start to notice things about your chosen subject to focus on for your first few artworks. You remember that, right? That you should pick something you'd like to draw over and over to keep you coming back. For the human body, you'll remember things like elbows land about where your hips start, and that when your hand is open, the fingertips naturally fan out, but when closing, they can't help but touch. Go ahead, try to touch your palm with all 4 fingers at once without any of them touching each other. No personal space in your own grip. Let me bring up that simple step-by-step drawing of that boy from before. I've used this in lessons for elementary school kids, so I'm not taking excuses from you. Yes, you. That's right, you stare at the screen that's bossing you around. Anyway, this was made with basic shapes and straight lines. It's a simple, direct pose, and this drawing is no bigger than 4 inches on paper. Don't fill out huge sheets of paper if you don't need to. And if you're new, you don't need to. Look at the details or even lack thereof at the finished work. Just a casual kid in casual clothes. Of course, I could add more of techniques like cross-hatching or putting shading or wrinkles to the clothes, but for new artists, I want to give you a fair stopping point. This is a challenge that can be reasonably met while not putting too much pressure on yourself. You want to take this on? You can get this step-by-step sheet right now by visiting the shop at lifeever3.com. Use the code STAR3 to get 40% off for a limited time. Details are in the description. And please, share your progress on socials using the hashtag #IllustratedByDeForrest. Once you feel like you've got a hold on the starter, let's talk about some dynamic ways to get to the next level. I mentioned that the skeleton for that kid was made out of regular shapes and straight lines, but look at yourself for example. Do you see a straight line anywhere on you? I can't think of the last time I've used a ruler when drawing the human body, so you don't really need any special tools outside of your trusty 4H pencil and thin white eraser. You are all you'll need to draw straight lines, and that goes for the basic skeleton from now on. Your lines definitely don't need to be perfect, but having them curved will add a bit of dynamic aura to your foundations. Your bones are curved, so there's no reason that your stick figures can't be curved as well. Your poses will be less stale and more fluid that way. We're mostly made out of water and forever plastic, so no reason that your characters shouldn't bend. In that regard, I'd like you to pay attention to how you hold and move your pencil, whether you're left or right-handed. More curves in the judgment-free zone. While you'll have your fine motor movements, holding and moving your pencil with just your fingers usually results in rotating it in different directions, but rotating it nonetheless. Use this to your advantage when drawing, as muscle strain in your hands is real. If you've been thinking artists hold our very self-incriminating sketchbooks in one fixed place or tape our sheets to the drawing table or easel, you're just perpetuating the stereotype that artists are stable people. Nope, move everything around until it's where you need it. Let's run an experiment and do this along with me. Like, seriously, pause the video and get pen and paper or your digital tablet. This will work with either of them. Okay, now once you're all set up, I want you to put your canvas, sketchbook, wherever you're drawing on, in one place and try not to move it anymore. Next, grab your pencil or stylus and draw 1/2 of a circle. Only the circle, not like a pie chart or anything. Like, for real, I'll actually stop talking for a few seconds while I play this clip of me resizing Lenee's head. Ha! Which one are you gonna focus on? Go! And people are so scared of AI taking over. You just let me run your life for the past 5 minutes and I thank you for it. Now, let's draw the other half of the circle the best you can. Remember, no moving your paper. Feels weird, huh? Also, if you're still sketching at this point, you didn't heed my advice on small artwork. I only asked for a circle, not a big one. If you're right-handed, you most likely drew the left side of the circle first and vice versa. You did what felt most comfortable for you. And that's good. I bet you struggled a little sketching the other half, like you're writing with your non-dominant hand. My point is, there's a lot of perspectives that are more rigid than your dad about what a quote-unquote true artist should be doing. And that may be holding you back from being confident in how you go about your work. Get rid of all that! If you need to flip your artwork over every few minutes to make sure your drawings are aligned, do it. If drawing every day to get better seems like a lot, do it on your own time instead, no one else's. If using color is too intimidating, be the best at monochrome for now. Do what you feel needs to be done, so you can enjoy the process of creating artwork. Draw that first half of the circle, stop and turn around the page, and then draw the other half, all without moving your drawing hand. Or keep your hand drawing the circle constantly as you rotate the page around. Or even ignore this advice if you just like keeping your paper still. What works for you? Don't know yet? Go find out. Fortunately, you won't have to go far since I'll help you even more on the next episode. I'm personally going to guide you with some easy sketching techniques, and you'll even have a completed sketch when you follow along. We'll finish off Lenee and LaLina in May. Be the first to find out by subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications. Let me know your best guesses of what you think I'll be drawing in the comments. Move the media. Peace.